I want to share this, not to scare anyone, but this is something I have experienced already more than once, and I'm experiencing it again, trying to break through it. Is that once you're in isolation, you may not be always in alignment. I know for sure I haven't been. You're kind of trying to figure out like what you want to do, what you're meant to be doing. Like I've still been in that space a lot. You're very much in a womb space often because you're in isolation. So you're not really like, you're still going to be influenced by all of the stuff, that's showing that you're seeing online and stuff like that. But actually you might also be experiencing a lot of peace in your daily life. All that aside, like I've seen the ways in which the collective shadow comes directly up against anything that I'm doing. And even like with tarot, like my mom was like, tarot's not a job. And that wasn't the reason that started it, but I was like, all of the people that I was watching, like they were getting paid readings from people, and people were donating to their channel. And, she was one of the people that a couple of people recommended me starting a channel. And being seen, I know, is part of my journey, but that's one of the harder ones because you have to keep lighting your own fire. I'm just speaking this how it's felt for me and how it's been because it's just me and my kid. I don't have anybody like pumping you up. And then like for me, I also know that being seen is part of it because I deal with so much projection when I do show up. I kind of think being seen is just a part of the journey because once you're wanting to be authentic and like when you show up, you are seen. But I know that's one for me because like in performance has been like a thing for me through my life. So, and I still do the dances, and that was something that came to me before I even started doing shadow work. And then weird things have happened where you're learning how to balance your energy and like this is how it is for me again, not go too hard when you do come back up, because it's like you're moving through like the darkness, you're moving through like whatever it is, a pain or depression, or if you're having to like, you're in a lower point, and learning to just love yourself through it, or just give yourself permission to feel it and cry and whatever. And like, I don't know how to explain it because and it happens, mom guilt pops up, but like my kid, God puts everything shows you like the people around you, my neighbors, like we have so much privacy here, knock on wood. I don't want to jinx it. But like, it's crazy how you'll get this like sheltered space to do whatever it is that you're doing. And for the times that you're having to be in pain and tears, and then that allows you to you're cracking through the ego or like whatever, like and then you're like this phoenix rising and you're flying. I'm not meaning for it to be like metaphorical, but that's just how it's coming through. And you literally feel like you're flying sometimes, like because you're feeling good and you have all this creative energy. And I've struggled with this. Like, it's like you want to just do all this stuff and then you burn out, you crash out, and it sucks. And so I don't know exactly how to say to balance it, except to just don't go crazy like posting, because then you're pissing off you're pushing up against the collective shadow really hard. Or, like, I don't know how it's hard to like, I don't really get the imagery for this and how it works. I don't fully understand that, but in some way you're asking to be triggered. You're asking for someone to, someone that gets jealous to throw something back at you. So you have to deal with it. It is what it is. I'm just speaking this because like I've been in spaces where now I'm also going up against like fear of like scarcity and stuff like that, because we've run out of food so many times, and I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to make money now. And, but I know that I want to keep doing my mission and keep showing up and keep moving through shadow work and everything. And no one's like telling you this stuff, or like you may not have like, there's reasons that we don't understand, because the bigger picture is that you don't want to have people in your ear who don't have good intentions for you, even and as sick as that is, because it is sick. It's sick to think that there'd be people that at your lowest would not have good intentions for you. But if they can't hold that for you, they can't hold you in that vulnerable space, then that's why it's protection, that God doesn't have them around you. So, I don't have the answers as to like how much you should or shouldn't show up, or like exactly how to balance it, except to maybe just be aware of like, I'm on a high right now, but I don't want to just go crazy. I don't want to crash out. And, oh, I was going to say the other thing that came to me is recently I've gone through another really big, insecurity. I can't think of exactly what happened and when it kind of came over me. And I felt pulled to like also just pour back into myself, because that is another thing that happens, because the feminine is really supposed to be more internal, but then martyrdom or whatever you grew up with, and then just being abundant, you might want to just pour your love into back into the world, or you feel you want to create a lot, or you have a deep desire to serve or something like that. But then you might get into spaces where you're over giving, and then you have to kind of come back to yourself. So I felt that need. And then like something came over me. It was like, don't post until, and it was like 11. It was like, don't post for like a month. And I was like, it was weird. It was like almost like a voice. It was like something. And then that's what's, I don't want to say it's scary. It's just that, because if I didn't post till 11:11, I don't know exactly what would have happened. But it's like, it's not like that's the end of the world. But that was a voice from someone who didn't want to see me showing up. And because I had that happen, then I felt the urge to post again, and I was like, okay, I'm going to take a break from tarot, but I still want to and then downloads have been coming to me. So I'm like, I want to share these. And I had a little chat with God about it. And I was like, because sometimes it's not necessarily, God is subtle, like the universe is subtle. So you may not hear a voice that's like, oh yeah, that was this jealous person, that maybe you have that kind of connection. That's amazing. But I personally don't. So it's not like I got this voice that was like, oh yeah, that was this person and they didn't want you to show up. So that's what's crazy about it, because I know that being seen is a part of mine, and I know that also causes jealousy. But, because I haven't this dance thing, there was another connection with that, because I keep feeling like, why am I dealing with so much pushback? Like, why is this not something that people are interested in? What is going on? Like, why am I not getting any reaction? Like, how am I going to find the confidence to keep doing this? And I haven't gotten those answers yet, but that's also why you have to keep coming back and pouring into yourself, because you have to keep reloading like your solar plexus and your heart and stuff. And, I don't know about the heart. For some reason, I'm like, I don't want to say the wrong thing, but it definitely feels like that for me personally. My solar plexus, I feel like, gets attacked in those moments. But I know it's the collective shadow, because I know if it's something that's in my heart, or if that's something that I really wanted to do, I have to just keep working to manifest it. I have to keep taking steps. And I had Twitch, who I don't know why, like his passing just like it was similar to my grandmother's, where it was just like abrupt. And it was like, he seemed like such a happy, like adorable guy. And of course his dancing and everything was inspiring to me. And him and his wife, I thought, were just the sweetest, coolest couple. And so that one like touched me. And I seriously had like a moment of like him showing up on my phone. I don't know why these things always make me emotional. And I felt his voice, like, don't stop dancing. And because it's like, that's the other thing that's kind of scary about it, is it's like, I don't know if you can lose gifts. And it's like, it is what it is. If I just stopped dancing, like, I love walking, I love nature. There's other things that I like, but it is sort of tragic in its own way, because it's like, that's what it's like with like, our bodies and our minds. It's like, you have to keep exercising them. You have to keep, and then you lose that, like when you're on your own, especially like you don't have anybody pumping you up and stuff. It's like you start to lose. And then again, like when you're dealing with like backlash from the collective, or you're dealing with crickets, or just no feedback, you start to lose the desire to do it. So I don't have all the answers for how to like know when to show up and how and everything, because like if you get online, there will be like a million people telling you what to do and how to do it. So it's like you have to follow your own guidance. I wanted to share that for the people that it's like one of our things is to be seen, because you do for real get get pushback from the collective shadow. That's for real. And also, though, not to be like paranoid or freaked out about it, because I know it's just like, I don't know. I don't have all I personally don't know. I know God everything is okay. And like or I'm protected. And like, if I did lose a gift or whatever, it'd be okay. Like, I don't want to promote fear, but it is, the human part of us does have a hard time with this, because it's like, it feels like a loss. It would be, if I did just stop dancing, it would be a loss, but it doesn't mean that there wouldn't be something else. So I wanted to share that, because that's something that I've been experiencing being on my own. And that last one was like, it felt like a voice was coming to me like, don't post until 11:11. And it was real strange. And I started to follow that. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna, and then I started to feel this, like, I have to express myself, because that's the thing. Like, maybe you don't need to post online, but it doesn't mean that then that's anyway. So that's kind of those moments of like, it'll break and you'll see the truth in it. But, you just have to be like, understand, I guess, that like, once you can feel safe with your own energy with God in your heart space, you'll know that it's like the mind can easily be swayed, and that's okay. It's not something to be, I don't want to promote fear, because I trust issues and paranoia and stuff are things that I deal with, and I don't want to make anyone feel that way. But it's truly like coming back into the heart and trusting that, and trusting your relationship with God and whatever it is that is a safe space for you. Okay.